3D printed cars, Facebook's new self-sustaining data center, space junk killing satellites, and expensive Comcast fiber. These are today's bits. Local Motors has announced the very first of its kind 3D printed car. Well, not entirely 3D printed. The mechanics, of course, are still good old-fashioned manufacturing, but the body is at least 3D printed. They showcased a wide variety of custom options that users can select and have built after they order it. During the Detroit Auto Show, they actually printed an entire body made up of less than 50 different parts. They are claiming to be able to build an entire body of a car in less than 3 days after the order is processed, and customers will be able to customize their body in many different ways. The first 3D printed vehicle will be available early of next year and should cost somewhere between $18,000 to $30,000. This might be a little interesting to watch unfold. Imagine just buying the cheapest possible design that they offer just to get the frame and engine work, then 3D printing yourself your own copy of a pirated Lamborghini. Will torrent files of pirated unauthorized vehicles get its own section on your favorite torrent website? If you could download and print your own car, what would it be? Let me know in the comments. Facebook's new data center in Fort Worth, Texas is everything you would expect from an internet giant of its size. It's super massive, it's got a bunch of computers, blah, blah, blah. The cool thing is that they're going to build a wind farm 100 miles away just to power it. Not only will this data center be energy self-efficient, but it might also produce more energy than the center will need, and in turn be able to sell that energy to the electric company. This is pretty cool, and I would love to see more of this happening all over the United States. Take Denmark just for example. Last Thursday, they had a windy day and they produced 140% of their country's power needs. That's a lot of power just from a little wind. Imagine if the US was to step up with wind and solar solutions all over the country. I know that's a pipe dream, but hey, maybe someday. A new space-eating satellite is in planning that will hopefully start cleaning up some of the many thousands of pieces of space debris currently floating above us. This new satellite called Pac-Man will fly up to an object, wrap it with a net, and fling it into the atmosphere to be safely burned up on re-entry. There are still a few hurdles here, like limitations on fuel and the overall dangers of low orbit, but all in all, if any plan is actually executed to do cleanup, then we're miles ahead of where we were before, which is nowhere, because we don't clean up after ourselves. At all. Comcast has just released a pricing for their new 2 gigabit service, and alongside of actually having to use them as a service provider, it will cost $300 per month. Even worse, you're going to have to sign a 2-year contract, and if you break said contract, they will literally burn down your house. Okay, not literally, or not at all. But on top of the contract, they are also demanding up to $1,000 just to get the service set up. That's not a joke. $1,000. But wait, there's more. If for some reason you decide that you absolutely need this service and you might just happen to have $1,000+ burning a hole in your pocket, you can't get it, at least not right away. Comcast is saying that installation itself can take anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks, and you have to be within 1/3 of a mile from their fiber network. So there's that. Since we're on the topic of shitty internet providers, Verizon has made headlines for telling an existing customer that since their DSL internet has went down, at no fault to the customer, they must upgrade to fiber or be disconnected entirely. In fact, they've actually been pulling this card for over a year now by refusing to repair people's copper connections and pushing their new service. All they do is complain about how impossible it is to maintain such an old system, and everyone should be on the new system anyways. First off, I agree. People should adopt the new technology, assuming that it's not only available to them, but it's also affordable. Second, of course it's impossible to maintain your copper network, Verizon. You've fired most of your damn employees who specialize in doing exactly this. Obviously, this was planned, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't have faster internet, but come on, just have some class. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please click the like button below, and if you want to hear more, don't forget to subscribe. A weema wet, 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 a weema wet. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. A wee, boom, 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 away. Okay, my voice doesn't like to go from that to that. It cracks.